Hey, what up, everybody? Stephen Breach coming to you, talking about the wrestling topics of today, and one of the hottest ones out there is the freedom of AJ Styles, where he's going to go and what's he going to do from here on out. The other day, it was the day his contract with TNA Wrestling finally expired after a 11-year run of being, I guess you can say, the guy for that company. He mostly ran on top or close to it. You can easily say that he was the face of the company. If not him, maybe Kurt Angle, but maybe you give it to him for the one fact that he is the guy that put them on the map. Maybe, you weren't watching TNA in the very beginning, but you heard the rumblings of, you got to watch these guys out there like AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels going out there and just putting on a show that you want to see, whether if it was worth it for you to buy the pay-per-view shows when they were running the Wednesday night shows, or whether if it was you were trying to catch them on Fox Sports whenever they found a time to put them on when they were going through that time, or maybe it was once Spike TV came and they finally got their debut spot. I think it was a Friday night show. It might have been a Saturday night show, but that's really when they caught my interest, because I knew that they were going to have a time that was going to be set, and that's what time they were going to be on, and that's when I really got into watching TNA as a weekly thing. So many times I sat down to try to give them a shot on Fox Sports, and they weren't on at the time they were on, whether if a sports game or something like that ran late. It would push them to another time, and then the DVR wouldn't pick it up, and then you just sort of be screwed because you're watching a show with no finish because your DVR kicks off. But I don't know. In there, he said that he was taking independent bookings, and he's taking a lot of bookings throughout Georgia and throughout the United States. He took a booking over in England, and I heard a good story about that. It was mainly because this company was going to be debuting Riddick Bowe, the former heavyweight championship boxer from back in the day, was going to start professional wrestling, but Bowe's management came and asked for more money, so the company sort of dumped him because they weren't selling that many tickets, and figured that AJ was a good replacement, gave him the money, and hopefully he'll bring in some more people coming fresh off this TNA run. But the one booking that really stuck out into my mind, that really broke my thought of AJ really being free, and if this is just sort of like a cover-up angle, waiting to buy some time before he finally comes back to TNA, and really starts to raise some shit. Everybody knows that they're trying to run the CM Punk angle, and maybe the one thing that was wrong with the CM Punk angle is that he never really left. He was gone, for one Monday Night Raw. He was gone for the tournament, and then he came back at the end and came out there as John Cena was raising the belts up high. He brought his belt out, like, how can you be the champion if I'm the champion? But everybody, like me, I was really hoping that he might show up in Chicago, where Ring of Honor was running their first TV tapings. Maybe he might go do a show for New Japan, like he said in his big pipe bomb shoot interview deal on Monday Night Raw that ended that show. It pumped up Money in the Bank back there. But I don't know. It was the one thing that really swung my mind was looking at him taking a booking in Toronto to wrestle Chris Hero, which should be a good match. But the day he took the booking is the same day as the Royal Rumble for the WWE. And if you are a free agent and you are trying to, get signed and, go to the biggest possible place you can go that can make you a star, WWE is that place. And WWE's used the Royal Rumble in the past to debut guys, to bring people in as a big surprise show. Everybody always buys the Rumble because you never know what's going to happen. A couple of years ago, you had the Rumble where all the announcers were in it, and then you had the New Age Outlaws come out there for one. Everybody always wants to see a guy like MVP come back for a one-night run. Rob Van Dam blew the wrestling world open by doing it one time last year. People were hoping for a return of guys not that long ago, but last year the big rumor was Shelton Benjamin, Carlito, Chris Masters was another guy that was really rumored to be out there. Those guys run independent shows together, and they happen to have a booking that was in, I believe it was in Phoenix, or it was in Southern California, close enough for them to make the drive over. And we ended up getting Chris Jericho to come out. But, they always like to debut guys, and if WWE wanted to debut this guy and make him look like, he was a real big deal, even though he came from TNA, they can say that they signed the best free agent that was out there on the market to do what's best for business, to give people something that they want to see and something that's new and something that's fresh. AJ really doesn't have the same wrestling style that he really did, 11 years ago. But, I mean, I think he still has something to really offer. It was TNA, it was Bound for Glory, it wasn't on the same stage as WrestleMania, but I think the match and the angle that they pulled off with him and Bully Ray was pretty damn good. They got my attention. I thought it was a lot of fun, and it was a fun pay-per-view and a fun thing. You can go check out my review if you want to know more about what I thought about that match. But honestly, by him, cock-blocking, him debuting at the Rumble, it obviously sort of says that he doesn't think he's going back to WWE. And it was listening to the podcast with Lance Storm where he was talking about TNA and just saying that, the whole, thing was, it didn't look like AJ was leaving. It seemed like he was doing it. And they were saying, well, what's the best thing they could do? And Lance just said having him show up in a hood and wrestle EC3 and beat him. And I was like, that'd be fucking awesome. The only thing better was if he would show up and find a way to wrestle Magnus and beat him. And I bet, beating EC3, honestly, would sort of be like beating Dixie herself. It's not like AJ and Dixie are ever going to get in the ring and mix it up. It's not like she's going to be the Vince McMahon and go out there and wrestle the superstars, because TNA doesn't let the girls fight the guys and all that shit like that. But I don't know. It just like, if there was ever a way for AJ to really come in and debut, it would be the Rumble. And by not doing the Rumble means you're not really going to be in the WrestleMania plans, and then you're not debuting till after April. You're into May, into the whole like who gives a shit sort of time of WWE. They really made a big splash with Brock Lesnar with the Extreme Rules pay-per-view a few years ago, but AJ's not Brock Lesnar. That's just two different monsters. And like I said, AJ really can't do what he did 11 years ago. And, I think that Brock Lesnar and the WWE have found out that Brock Lesnar can't do what he did 10 years ago as well either. They're just sort of using his name, and I don't think they really capitalized on everything they could have done with Brock that's out there. But I really think that TNA is just trying to buy some time. They'll find the right time to bring AJ back on some sort of a live show to give Impact the big feel, and then they'll try to put together the best program they can between Magnus, Dixie Carter, EC3, and AJ Styles, and probably just loop in Jeff Hardy into that whole deal somehow. But I don't know. I'm not drinking the water. I really think that AJ is probably re-signed with TNA, and they're trying to keep it as quiet as possible. And him releasing the statement and everything like that is just sort of some way to sort of cover it up along the way, and we'll have to see what happens from here. Peace out, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.